What's up, everybody? It is Monday, and I just wake up every day and I look online and I'm like, what's everybody losing their shit about today? Today, though, I really didn't notice anything new. People have been talking about the Antwon Rose situation, which, I've talked about that a few times, so I'm not going to keep beating that dead horse. If we end up finding out something new, I'll hit it again. But outside of that, I'm really not that interested. People get mad at me about certain things I say, and then they want to comment and comment and comment on every platform: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And I'm cool chatting about these things while they're fresh in my mind, but after a couple of days I'm just like, I'm cool with a thank you or something like that for making the post, or putting up the vlog or whatever it is that people are looking at. But as far as me engaging with people or arguing with people, I just feel like no, especially when it comes to like the Antwon Rose situation. All the black people that have decided to try to debate me on that situation make me white for their story. And they're like, well, you wouldn't understand because you're white. And I'm like, are you not seeing that I'm actually brown? I'm Mexican American. And maybe these lights are bright, so they're washing me out a bit. But I'm not exactly light for being Mexican. I look Mexican. And I'm in Arizona, which I've mentioned before, which, if you don't know our history, kind of a racist history in Arizona. I've learned to navigate it, and I love being in Arizona, but I know what it is, and I know what it is I've been through in my life. So I get that in a lot of cases, people's only argument is if they're dealing with a white person. That's something that's happened to me a lot in debating other people of color. They're always like, they'll either say that I hate myself, or they'll make me white for their story. And I'm just like, I don't know where you're getting this idea that I somehow benefit from white privilege, but okay. Then there's the people that try to insult you and then say what they're going to say. And I'm like, you are the worst ever. Because if you want people to have any kind of sympathy for you or feel you in your situation, the dumbest thing you can do is insult them. The dumbest thing you can do is start off by being insulting. Try having a respectful conversation and see if maybe you can at least sway them a little bit. All you need is a little bit. There was also the protesting, and somebody ran through the protesters with the car on, I think it was Friday night. And that was what I was telling you guys about. People just don't like that they're being held up in traffic for these situations, in a lot of cases, that they're not behind. Now, had this kid not possibly been in a drive-by earlier in the night, then I think people would be more sympathetic to it. But I still don't know that people would be all right with shutting down traffic. Shutting down traffic is just a lot to ask of people. And when people are trying to maneuver their way through a situation where it's been shut down just by citizens, it's not the police have shut it down for a parade or they've officially shut it down for your protest. It's just you as a citizen deciding that I as a citizen don't have a right to take a road that is a public road that you've decided to close down. Well, sometimes people are going to try to maneuver through there anyway. I don't think it necessarily has to be a hostile situation. If you want to stand in the road and then say a car comes through and they want to get through, then I think you should part so that the car can get through. Don't be hostile towards a car. It isn't their fault they have some place to be and that your cause isn't at the center of their life. Just go ahead and part and let them through. But that's not what people do. People try to stop the car, and then that person is now in a situation that they consider to be scary because they've got a bunch of people around them that are trying to stop their car. Like, we've all seen the way it goes. So then you make those people panic. But then you want to talk about how Antwon Rose panicked, but then you have no patience for other people's panic. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't be in people's way. You shouldn't be trying to stop people from going where they're going. And I've had every kind of homophobia thrown at me in the last couple of days, which I'm so used to homophobia just in general and it's always the same tired takes. So I don't care about homophobia. I do stand by if you're saying that you don't want discrimination for your particular group, then you probably shouldn't be discriminating against others. That's something that I do stand by. I don't know how you think you're going to be discriminatory and then still stamp out discrimination when it comes to you. It's just not the way it works, and it's not going to work. So you keep doing that for as long as you feel you need to. It's not going to change anything I'm doing or saying over here. The other thing that happens sometimes with my video blog is sometimes I have trouble saying a word. Like last week, it happened to be the word manipulative, because I know how manipulative. There we go. I'm not going to say that abusers aren't manipulative. I'm not going to say that abusers aren't manipulative, because I know how manipulative. I'm having trouble saying manipulative today, you guys. Because I know how manipulative. Because I know how manipulative. I'm not going to say abusers aren't manipulative, because I know how manipulative. I'm not going to say abusers aren't 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 manipulative, because I know how manipulative. I'm not going to say abusers aren't manipulative, because I know how manipulative. I'm not going to say abusers aren't manipulative, because I know how manipulative abusers can be. I've been in abusive relationships, and I don't know why I had the hardest time saying manipulative, and it took me forever. And I was trying my best. There was not a part of me that was trying to be hammy about it or jokey about it. I really was trying my best, and I just was like, why cannot I not say this word? I always say this word. Well, I don't always say that word. It's not like I'm constantly around manipulative people, but I say the word enough. Oh, yesterday also, I didn't get to do a video blog because, well, my room, you see, is a different setup, but that's because we cleaned, and I was like, I don't like just having a white wall behind me, which I had talked about that I was going to do something. And now I'm in a different spot that's not just a white wall behind me, but my whole room had to be cleaned, and my silly boyfriend had gone with me to IKEA, and we bought some stuff for our room, and we had to put it together. And then we had to hang, because we didn't have curtains before, we just had blinds, which, you know, not the best design choice. And we're both gay, so, you know, we have to be at least a little bit aware of that. We're not that kind of gay, though. Like, a lot of times when people think of gay, they think interior decorators and stuff like that. And we're really not those kinds of gays. Neither one of us is that kind. And it's not something I have against. Really, I wish I had that interior design gene, but I just don't. And some gays really do. A lot of my friends do. And they come over and judge, you know, when they... But I don't really care. I'm also not a show tune gay, like some people are into show tunes. This is still Pride Month, which Pride Month seems to be taking forever. Oh, and then I also found out that it's called Ron G. Biv. I think it's Ron G. Biv is what the gay pride flag was called, or the rainbow. I never knew that that was called Ron G. Biv. So I need to do research and find out why it's called Ron G. Biv. And but I didn't even know that that's what it was called. I just found out today because a friend of mine on Facebook, Diana Hong, who is also a comic, she posted that she, you know, something about Ron G. Biv, and I was like, what's Ron G. Biv? Like, I know Michael Bivins from Belle Biv DeVoe, but I don't think that that's the same Biv, you know? So I didn't know how big the Biv family was. Doesn't have anything to do with Ron or Michael Bivins, though. Michael Bivins from Belle Biv DeVoe. Now you know. Yo, slick. Blow. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I'll come up with some topics by tomorrow. If there's anything you guys want to hear me talk about, leave it in the comments. I'm sure I'll end up talking about something to do with immigration because that's a big deal right now. Somebody sent me something saying that the Navy is preparing, I guess, some sort of housing or shelter for 25,000 immigrants, and a friend of mine was saying that he felt that we should spend that money on taking care of our homeless veterans. So maybe I'll talk about that. Like I said, anything that you guys want to hear me talk about, post it in the comments. If it sounds interesting to me, then I will talk about it. If I don't talk about it, it's not because it sounded interesting. Maybe it doesn't sound interesting. Maybe it's because something else came along and ended up seeming more like something I could sink my teeth into, or sometimes I just don't have an opinion about certain topics. Sometimes I think about things and I'm like, no, I really don't care. I really don't care. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys listening. Please like and subscribe. Also, leave a quick comment just to let me know you're out there and you're hearing me, even if you ain't feeling me. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I am Ty Rivera.